for this evening encounter. We have a greeting party headed by the chairperson for women's on the Women's Committee of the JFF, Miss Elaine Walker Brown. She's followed directly by Mr. Romario Borrell, CEO of Captain Aviation and the son of Captain Horace Borrell. Third man in the party, Mr. Raymond Anderson, Vice President of the Africa Football Federation.
Of the CFU Women's Challenge Series, that is the Caribbean Football Union Women's Challenge Series, with the host Jamaica. They take on Barbados this afternoon. I'm here, also alongside me is Richard Henry here on Ready TV's coverage of the Women's Challenge Series. Richard, we look at this Barbados team. They suffered a 7-0 defeat earlier in the week to Cuba. They played the host Jamaica today. What are you expecting?
Well, hopefully they'll want to make some amends. Had a very poor game, but we expect them to be physical again. They were pretty physical against Cuba. Didn't help them because Cuba is a pretty good technical team. But let's see how they fare against the Jamaicans.
So we will pause for the playing of the national anthem.
Now, the Jamaican National Anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's day 2 of the 2018 CFU Women's Challenge Series.
Chanel Stephen.
In Group B,
Rashida Clark. Number 7, Shanice Stevenson.
Jamaica
Number 10,
against
Brianna Cyrus.
Barbados.
Number 11, Felicia Jarvis. Number 13, coached by Thomas Jordan. Over there for the likes of the host Jamaica, we see the captain, Chrisanne Gordon. She represents the University of the West Indies. She wears number 13, number 2, Kivina Reed, number 5, Jodian Thomas, also of UAE, number 6, Gabrielle Gale, number 8, Kishon Palachi, number 11, Chantel Bailey from Barbican FC. Number 12, Latoya Duhaney, also from Barbican FC. Number 14, Cherise Clark. Number 17, Chevin Blair. And number 19 is Davia Smith. This team coached by Andrew Price. The referee in the middle today, Cecile Hines. She is from Trinidad and Tobago. Richard, we expect Jamaica to win this afternoon?
Certainly. I won't say the score. That this Jamaica team would be just a little bit technically better than what we saw from Barbados. We know what Barbados is going to offer. We're very disappointed in the way in which they attacked. They transitioned out of defense into attack. It was almost as if there wasn't a game plan, and I think that Cuba took full advantage of that. Let's hope that the Jamaican ladies can do that this afternoon.
Yes, indeed. In the distance you would notice the Sunsia High School team. They are the defending female champions. They made their way into the final of the schoolgirl league yesterday, beating Lennon High 1-0. They will take on Denham Town, who dismissed the likes of St. Jago on penalty kicks yesterday. So they are here to watch and see if they can learn a few stuff.
Hopefully. I mean, it would be encouraged that any of our age group national teams would be here to watch the senior ladies play. But let's hope that we can get to work really quick and see what happens against this Barbados team.
A lot of the players from this Barbados team, they would have started on the bench against Cuba. I can point to number 10, Brianna Cyrus. She was on the bench. So she's a new addition. Also, goalkeeper Rhea Holder. She started on the bench in the first matchup. But Khadija Mar, she played well against Cuba, the goalkeeper for Barbados in the first game. We've not seen her in goal today.
Certainly she was the saving grace, I think, for that team. Made a number of good saves, but was sometime left as a target.
We'll wait the start of this matchup. Jamaica in the familiar yellow tops and black shorts. Barbados in a full blue kit here. Black trimming on the inside. Here is Jamaica on possession is Palachi. She tries to play the ball inside to Bailey, goes to the left-hand side and finds Kevina Reed. Here is Reed, she has one to beat, tries to get by the approaching defender, plays the ball back inside to Palachi. Here she is under control as Palachi gives away possession. Back with Barbados now intercepted by Bailey for Jamaica. She plays the ball to the left-hand side to Reed. Still Reed drives the ball across the goal. Goal that comes for it, claims it quite easily. There's an infringement there as Bailey went in hard on the goalkeeper, whistle on the play, and a free kick for Barbados.
Good early start here from Jamaica, I think, showing exactly what their intent is in this first maybe 10 minutes. They're hunting for a goal.
Not the same conditions we had on Wednesday it was, when it was nice overcast conditions here at the Captain Harrisborough Centre. The sun is out this afternoon.
And I'm sure that our girls will be able to deal with the situation, and the girls too from Barbados.
Here's Palachi, tries to find a pass to Bailey. It's booted away, comes down to Jody and Thomas. The ball goes over the head of her and then cleared nice and easily by the big number 19, Davia Smith, around the back. It goes into touch for a throw to Barbados. It's just 2 minutes into the matchup.
It'll be interesting, Neil, to see how the midfield for this Jamaican team plays, given what we know of the midfield for the Cuban team. It's going to be very interesting in the way that they mark.
All played up by Barbados now. Falls on the boot of Toplin Herbert. Here she is. Nice green boot she wears. Finds a pass to Jarvis. Intercepted by Jody and Thomas. Into touches a throw-in for Barbados. So the flag is up. Offside is a call. Free kick for Jamaica.
It's first sighting of this Barbados team over their own half and into close to the Jamaican defensive third.
So it is a kick for Jamaica as the ambulance makes its way into the stadium. Didn't see any injuries in the first matchup on Wednesday.
Well, what injuries we saw, the players were able to come back on. In particular, the playmaker for that Cuban team,
Lima.
number 6, yes.
Here's Julian Thomas, tries to play the ball up towards the 18-yard area of Barbados. It's booted away easily by Shauna Evelyn. Back to Evelyn, gets a head onto it, comes outside to the left-hand side of the park and finds Cyrus. Cyrus gives a possession to Thomas of Jamaica. Ball played now inside to number 12, Latoya Duhaney. The flag is up on the near-hand side. Yolanda Barones, the first assistant from Mexico. Flag up very quickly, offside is the call.
And you can just hear Coach Andrew Price from the sidelines beckoning to his team. And like I would have thought, this Jamaican team will defend properly. Not a close marking in that midfield area.
Ball played up by Jamaica. It falls to the boot of Bailey. She brings it down, looks for a pass to Clark. It's taken away by Barbados. Here's Barbados on possession, looking for a pass to Jarvis. Comes to Smith for Jamaica, finds Jodian Thomas. She tries to put the ball over the head of the approaching Barbados player. She does it successfully. Here now is Jamaica on the move is Clark. Clark goes to ground, nothing given by the referee. Barbados clear their lines. Here now is Jarvis. Jarvis on the run. She cuts it back, looks for a pass inside. Plays the ball a bit too much poor on that one, Richard, and goalkeeper Kisan Chambers gets their first touch.
To their credit though, the Barbados team looking a little bit more purposeful, coming forward as if there's some plan. Didn't see any of that on Wednesday.
Ball in the touch, throw in for Barbados into minute number 4. Still nothing much to speak about in front of the goal area. Either keeper touching the ball only once thus far in the opening 5 minutes of the match. Ball toward to touch, a throw in for Jamaica just around the halfway line. If you know anything about this field, Barbados, they're kicking towards the Usain Bolt track, while the likes of Jamaica, they're kicking towards the Papine area. Here now is Jamaica on the far hand side, number 2, Kevina Reed. She's tackled, ball intercepted, goes into touch, throw in for Jamaica.
So beginning to see how Jamaica sets up offensively. Are they going to be playing the flanks or not?
Ball is played inside, taken away, comes back to Jodian Thomas. Here's Thomas with possession, plays the ball inside to the Barbican player, Latoya Dehaney. Ball comes back to the number 12, Dehaney. Here's Dehaney. Tries to take a shot at the goal. That's blocked. Possession intercepted by Barbados. Who's going to play free kick for the ladies in blue.
And trying to understand exactly what the plan is for this Jamaica team when they're coming forward. I would like to see the full width of the pitch being used. For my liking, I think the outside right midfielder is pinched in a little bit too much.
Just around the halfway area. 2 ladies jump for it. It touches the number 14, Cherise Clark, last, so it's a throw-in for Barbados. Throw is taken. Back to Barbados, ball booted up. Davia Smith is around there, she gets her head to it. Trying to clear the line with Jamaica, ball booted onto the Asian coming defender, goes into touch, it's a throw-in. Davia Smith, Richard, wears number 90 for Jamaica. Here she is now. Reminds me a lot of David Smith, who plays for Stats earlier in the Manning Cup season.
And she's almost what you would call a veteran. Been playing women's football in Jamaica for quite some time.
Ball played up by Jamaica, almost reaching to the oncoming Kevina Reed. She does get a boot onto it, but a hard tackle here by Chanel Stevens. Barbados wins the ball, clears their lines, comes now in the middle of the park is Shanice Stevenson. Here is Stevenson looking for that final pass, tries to play the ball over to Jarvis. We reach it to Jarvis now, she is onside, she has Christian Gordon alone to play for. She takes a shot to goal. Christian Gordon right behind that one, Richard. I think Jarvis should have done better with that.
Yeah, certainly. She was straight on goal, but as you can hear, Coach Price, he's upset because it was one floated ball that beat both central defenders, and that should not have happened. It means that they're playing quite square. Hopefully Barbados does not pick that up and continue to play that route, or we can fix that, this Jamaican team, because you're right, Neo, that should have been one up for Barbados.
The Cuban team, Richard, looking in the distance, must be smiling at the moment.
I'm still hoping that Jamaica will get into their rhythm defensively, as well as the transition out of defense. We're not seeing exactly who the playmaker is or what the exact tactic is going forward. I don't think we're playing enough of the width of the field, and I'd like to see them pull apart this Barbados team a little bit more.
Ball big taken, swung inside the 18 area, the ball the heads go up. It reaches the head of Davia Smith, and Jodian Thomas tries to do a clearance. Instead, it hits the wrong foot that she initially thought it would have hit, and it goes behind for a corner kick again. You can hear the goalkeeper coach in the background just speaking to the goalkeeper. A bit aggressive was Kristen Gordon a short while ago. Kristen Chambers. Who's Kristen Gordon? I think she's an athlete also.
Yes, she is.
Track and field, that is.
Certainly.
Tackler there by Jamaica gets again Barbados still on possession. Ball goes now to Stevenson. Stevenson looking for an inside pass to find Toppin Hibbert. Instead intercepted by Jodian Thomas around the back for Jamaica. Andrew Price still hearing his voice a lot, Richard. Not pleased with the Jamaica team so far.
And especially going forward.
Here is Jamaica. No, again, outside there on the left-hand side is Reed. Reed looks to play the ball inside, looking for Chantel Bailey. Instead, it comes now for Palachi. Palachi, she goes back to her defenders. Ball swung inside, looking for the striker Chantel Bailey. The flag is up as Rhea Holder comes and claims it.
Need to be very careful with Bailey. That may have been her second offside. She needs to be very aware of where she's positioning herself, because that could actually just stunt the play coming forward.
We say good evening to Ed Barnes, who makes his way into the venue. There's some veterans here, which I saw Neville Bell also. So female football getting its share justice.
Certainly, especially at the international level, and it is definitely worth coming to watch.
Ball played up by Barbados, headed away by Davia Smith. Looking for a very short Chevin Blair. She plays for GC Foster Football Club. Here now is Jodian Thomas, who plays for the University of the West Indies. Ball taken away. Chanel Stevens, she has it. Plays the ball outside to... It's back to Stephen. Here she is. Now to Clark. Clark on the left-hand side. She looks up, sees Jarvis on the move. Davia Smith is there though. I'm not sure why Jarvis stopped, but here comes now Toppin Herbert. Applies the pressure, wins this into touches, a throw in for Jamaica.
And again, that is so right. I think the Jamaican centre-back should have got to that ball a little bit quicker. Too much room near, I think, is being given to this Barbados team, especially when they're transitioning out of their defensive area. They're able to pick passes going forward.
So taken, looking for Clark, intercepted. Here is Jarvis. Jarvis plays the ball inside, looking for Herbert. Booted away by Jamaica, and so far, Richard, we're into the minute number 11, and Barbados seems to be the more comfortable team.
Certainly looking that way. I mean, Jamaica has had a few attacks, but Barbados is actually looking better than they looked against Cuba.
Here is Jamaica now. Here is Palachi. Palachi. She puts a pass to Gale. Gale on possession. She comes across to Smith. Getting those touches now is Jamaica. Here now is Thomas, Jodian Thomas. Plays the ball inside to Clark. Here is Clark. Clark gets a beautiful pass through the middle to find Doheny. Here's Doheny. She goes to goal. Here is Doheny. Looking for the shot is Doheny. On the left foot, takes a shot. Rhea Holder claims that one quite easily, Richard. I think she should have taken a shot a bit more earlier.
Certainly, I think the angle that she was seeing, she wanted a bigger goal to look at. She cut inside. I think the shot was a problem, because she still got a very good look inside. I'm a little bit disappointed with the shot. Could safely say that should have been tucked away. Passed into the goal.
Here is Jarvis. Has Thomas to beat. Plays the ball inside to Herbert. Back to Jarvis. Davia Smith comes, gets a boot to it with a sliding tackle. Still Jarvis. Jarvis has Herbert to in front. Finds Herbert. Here she is. Toppin Herbert. She has now, well, she was looking back for Jarvis. Davia Smith gets a boot to it. She tries to keep it in. It goes into touch. Throw in for Barbados.
And so far, the Jamaican centre-back, number 19, is doing quite a bit of work. Barbados trying to work this left side of the field, just to be a little bit quicker to the ball. This Jamaican team, to get the Barbados team a little dismantled.
Throw taken here now is the likes of Chantel Bailey. She's has been suffering an injury for the past couple of days. Chantel Bailey, nice to see her play now. Lovely ball played over the top by Jamaica, looking for Palachi. Swing there and a miss by Miller, and the goalkeeper Holder comes to claim it, Richard.
Yeah, Jamaica, I think, was just hoping for that ball to be flighted over for the oncoming. And I think that's a midfielder just getting back and looking a little better in attack now.
Here's Jamaica again. Here is Clark. Clark able to control and turn, looking for Bailey. Bailey tries to beat the defense of Stephen. Stephen wins though, plays the ball outside to Amber de Silva. Silva gives away possession. Here is Jamaica on possession again. Jamaica on the move. It's the number 8, Kishona Robinson. Here's Robinson, plays the ball inside to Clark. Ball given away by Jamaica yet again. Coming away with it is the number 18, Giselle Fields. Ball goes into touch. It's a throw in for Barbados.
I think tactically, Jamaica needs to reorganize because they're looking for 1v1s to get by the Barbados defenders, and we really can pull them out of place by moving on and off the ball well, and that's not happening right now.
Here's Palachi, tries to play the ball through the middle. It's intercepted by Barbados, comes back to Palachi. Here is Clark. Clark controls, turns, beats one defender, plays a lovely pass now to the likes of Bailey. Here's Bailey, she goes towards goal, takes a shot. There was a tug on the jersey there, Richard, but the referee allowed the play to continue. She got the shot off with the left boot. Should have done more. Goalkeeper Rhea Holder not too pleased with their back line though. No,
because Jamaica now beginning to make a few inroads. And let's hope that this can be consistently done. But for maybe the last 2 or 3 minutes, Jamaica is looking a little bit more purposeful in attack.
Minute number 15 here now is Bailey. Bailey plays a pass to Clark. Clark tackled by 2 Bayesians. She finds a pass now to Blair. Blair comes outside to Jody and Thomas. Here is Thomas. She tries inside the 18-yard area. There's a tackle there by Cyrus. Thomas tries to hold it. The flag stays down, so it is a corner kick for Jamaica.
Good efforts from the right full back, I think, with Jamaica coming up and offering support. And for the first in a while, we're seeing the field actually opened up because the fullback came right up and was able to receive that ball and make a charge down the right flank.
Strange to see her at fullback. I know Jody for at least 6 years now from Mid-Haven days, and she was an attacking player. So maybe Andrew Price, the coach, sees something different in her, Richard, because we've seen her attacking prowess so far. Every time she gets the ball, she wants to drive forward.
Well, a lot of teams now are using attack-minded players in the fullback positions because they're almost sometimes playing as midfielders. They come up pretty high, but truth and in fact, they need to be able to defend. And we know when Jamaica comes to play Cuba, all 4 defenders will have to be able to defend because the Cuban team is quite potent in terms of skilled and technically gifted ladies.
60 minutes on the clock, 0-0 still the score. Jamaica slowly finding their form in this one. Ball given away though by the Jamaicans. Here now is Barbados to top in Hibbert. Hibbert tries to play a ball to Jarvis. So Jarvis, she controls, takes 2 touches off of it. Here's a pass to Cyrus, intercepted by Clark. Clark, one-time pass now. She plays it down the flank to Latoya Duhaney. Duhaney inside now to Bailey. Chantel Bailey goes to ground though. Still Bailey, she tries to fight it back and then it's intercepted by Jamaica. It comes now to Gabrielle Gale. Here is Gale. On possession is Gabrielle Gale. Plays the ball outside to Rashona Palachi. She plays for Los Perfectos. Ball played now to Kivina Reed. There's a shot. Rhea Holder claims that one quite easily. So far, Richard, the number 10 for Jamaica, Palachi, looks to be the one that pulls the strings in the middle for Jamaica.
Certainly, but I actually do like Clark, and she looks like a younger player for Jamaica. I will find her number here. She's made a couple of good passes. She's number 14.
She's actually unattached, so that could mean that she plays schoolgirl football.
I think she does. I think there was an interview with her on TV. But I'm liking what I've seen from her so far.
Here she's now again. Clark turns and gets by 2. Still Clark dribbling towards the goal. She tries to win it back from number 15, Genevieve Miller. Miller boots it away. Comes now for Gabrielle Gale. Here is Gale looking for that final pass. Again is Jamaica trying to play in Latoya Duhaney, intercepted by Barbados, and here it is now with Shanice Stevenson. Stevenson to Hibbert. Hibbert looking for a pass. She goes to ground, whistle on the play. Referee Hines right behind the play. Free kick for Barbados.
And so that pass again from the Jamaican centre back, number 6. just trying to almost make one of those final passes upfield when the ball just really needed to come straight around, as Coach Andrew Price was saying, and keep possession of the ball.
It's a free kick to be taken by Stevenson. Here she is. Stevenson drives the right move into it. Miss Gordon should have that one covered. She actually hits into the post. She seems to be okay though, so
yes.
we'll continue. Here's the ball to Davia Smith. Smith tries to keep it in. Ball goes into touch. It's a throw for Jamaica, for Barbados.
So Jamaica giving away possession very deep into their defensive third. Miscommunication between the goalkeeper, Jamaican goalkeeper, and number 19, that is Davia Smith.
Ball booted up by Jamaica. It comes down nice and easily for Latoya Dehaney. She should go on the move now. She waits for the defender though, stops and goes, cuts back the ball just around the halfway line. Plays the ball inside now to Clark. Here is Clark. Clark, lovely control does Clark have. Plays the ball now to Jody and Thomas. Here is Thomas, back to Clark. Clark plays it home to Blair. Here is Blair. Plays it back now to Davia Smith. Jamaica keeping possession of the football now.
And this is a lot better.
Here is Jamaica. Bigger crowd here today, Richard.
One would expect that. It's the Jamaica senior national women's team playing.
Here now is Jamaica on the move. Kevina Reed. Reed tries to play a pass into Bailey, intercepted, moved away by Barbados. Here they are, on possession is Barbados, looking for that through pass. Was number 10, Rihanna Cyrus. Too many turnovers for this Jamaican team, Richard?
Yeah, I think we're giving up possession too easy. Need to be a little bit more patient and have the ball change the point of attack. Frequently, you have to move the players for Barbados out of position.
Here is Jody and Thomas, tried to play that 1-2 pass with Malachi, intercepted, booted away by Barbados, goes all the way back to Hale, who boots it up immediately. Here's Palachi, she controls it, there's a pass to Blair. Blair trying to find Chantel Bailey, headed away by Barbados again. Bailey seeming to be playing the lone striker. Ball comes now to Davia Smith. Smith plays the ball outside to Deshauna Robinson. Here is Robinson. She controls, turns inside, plays it now to Blair. Here is Blair looking for a pass. Blair plays it now, intercepted by Barbados by number 18, Giselle Fields. Here is Fields on possession. Plays to Jarvis. Jarvis, oh, looking for the two pass was Jarvis. Lovely tackle there by Chevin Blair though, and Jamaica will get away with it. A lovely pass played over the top to Latoya Dehaney. Will she cut inside now? She tries, gets the ball on the left boot, looking for Bailey. It does reach to Bailey. Bailey slides a bit, and the big centre back around the defensive area for Barbados, Chanel Stephen, is there and is able to clear the line.
It's been 2 or 3 times that we've seen Bailey not able to stay on her feet. Beginning to wonder, is it something about the footings though?
I can see a mud patch right here in front of us, and maybe the field was or has water in certain areas of the park.
Yeah, but certainly appropriate footwear is important. She's gone to ground in crucial areas inside the 18-yard box or just on top where Jamaica looking to create some kind of opening and have a shot on goal. But we can say near where we're on a break, someone Jamaican player being tended to. Barbados team they're enjoying this game a lot more, simply because they're seeing a lot more possession. This Jamaican team not possessing the ball enough and holding on to the ball, being patient in attack, building from the back. You can hear Coach Andrew Price beckoning to them. It must be what they've been trained to do, but it's not happening right now. Seen glimpses of it, but certainly they need to be a lot more patient in attack.
Is the difference that Jamaica is just giving Barbados more time to play than what Cuba would have given them earlier on Wednesday?
That certainly is a factor, because especially playing the ball from the wing, the fullback positions, the Cuban attacking players, especially the wing midfielders, are always pressing the defenders for the ball. They do a lot of work.
We continue, ball played inside of Chantel Bailey. The flag is up. Offside is the call. Chantel Bailey, the 3rd time being offside this afternoon.
And that could be problematic because what it does again is to give this Barbados team a get out of jail free card when they were about to be put under pressure.
Here is Cyrus for Barbados, tackled by Julian Thomas. Whistle on the play, free kick for Barbados.
And again, haven't actually seen the playmaker for this Jamaican team. I still say that I like young Clark. I would want to know what high school she plays for. But she seems a smart player. But it's going to take a lot more than just her to get us a goal.
Ball made away by Julian Thomas. Here now is Stevens for Barbados. Plays a pass into Toppin Hibbert. Here is Hibbert. Jarvis should be offside. Yes, the flag does go up. Offside on the call. Free kick for Jamaica.
And I think Jamaica got off. Again, you're saying that you haven't seen the Jamaican number 5, who is an attacking player, playing in a fullback position, but she went high just a moment ago, Neil, and that caused that hole. If that player from Barbados was a little bit more patient, they would have been on to goal because Davis Smith was caught behind.
A lot of these Bajan players will know the number 5 Jordan Thomas because we have 7 Bajan players who play for UAFC, and she does also. Jordan Thomas, a lovely pass now, looking for Chantel Bailey. It goes all the way home to Rhea Holder. Not her first time in Jamaica, Rhea Holder. She had finished 3rd just around 8 years ago in the UE games when she came here with the Cave Hill team. So there's Barbados now, one-time pass to Jarvis coming across. Big tackle there by the number 6 for Jamaica, Gabrielle Gale. She does get the ball back onto the Bajan player, so it's a throw for Jamaica.
Good communication with the 2 centre backs for Jamaica. Number 6 just coming right across. That's Gabrielle Gale and making that tackle.
Possession given away yet again to Barbados. Here now is the captain, the number 7, Shanice Stevenson. Here is Stevenson, gives away possession. On the move now is Devaney for Jamaica. She sees Clark doing the overlapping run. Can Clark get inside of Chanel Stephen? No, Stephen wins that one, and it's over to Barbados again.
So it's very clear that the aim is to play the ball to space for Jamaica's Bailey, number 11, to run onto it. But so far, the Barbados defenders have been up to the task.
3 substitutes getting ready for Jamaica. Not sure if it's just a tactic by Coach Andrew Price or are they getting prepared to go onto the park. According to minute number 26, still in the hall between these 2 teams. Barbados on possession again. Ball played in and through, looking for Cyrus. Here is Cyrus. She's tackled by Davian Smith. Smith goes to ground. A hard crunching tackle there by Davian Smith. It's a throw in for Barbados.
And so, in my estimation, though, Neil, number 5 for Jamaica, Julian Thomas, caught high up the pitch. And she's playing in that right fullback position and giving the centre backs for Jamaica a lot of work.
For Barbados.
No, just do the white feet,
So it's taken to Jarvis. Jarvis to the control turn. Looks inside the reaching area. There's a foul just on the edge of the reaching area. I thought the foul up on the other way.
I was looking for that as well, but it'll be interesting here. Goalkeeper calling quickly for a 2-lady wall.
I'm not sure they've sent Julian Thomas to be in the wall. She's about 5 feet.
5 feet at most. But Jamaica needs to get organized here pretty quickly.
She just has to stop the ball to ensure the kick is not taken quickly. Stevenson Jarvis has left the ball for Stevenson. She'll come and take it. Minute number 27. The whistle has already gone. Andrew Price beckoning to his team. Here's Stevenson behind it. Lovely right foot she has. Swings the ball towards the near post. Booted over by Kavina Reed as far as Devona Evelyn. Here's Evelyn. Looks for a pass to Stevenson. Julian Thomas tries to keep it in. And the touch is a throw-in for Barbados. Throw taken. Comes in. Toppin Herbert. Here she is. She looks inside. Oh, gets by the defender quite easily. Still Toppin Herbert. Here she is. Dribbles the ball around. Still a hard tackle there by Kavina Reed. And the ball is booted into touch. Which this Barbados team, as you said earlier, they're really enjoying the game.
Yeah, certainly a lot better. Herbert Number 19 for Barbados obviously has some technical ability and looks very comfortable on the ball. Jamaica has to be very careful with her, giving her too much room to play.
Cyrus plays the ball back to Clark. Clark moves the ball inside the 18-yard area, looking for Amber De Silva. Amber De Silva looking more like a beauty queen than a footballer.
I wouldn't say that if I were you, but she's been trying to offer something in attack.
Ball played back to Jarvis. One-time shot. He slots it right past the upcoming Christian Chambers. Barbados 1, Jamaica 0. A lovely pass being played by Toppin Herbert. Richard found Jarvis lurking by herself inside the 18-yard area. One-time touch to put the ball right across the body of Christian Chambers.
Jamaica caught napping, especially defensively. I'm having some issues with the fullbacks. I'm not sure if they're true fullbacks because they're playing a little bit high and they're exposing the centre backs. Once they're beaten, I think Barbados has discovered that the fullbacks are playing too high. That goal, I'm not sure exactly where the right fullback was, because she should have been pinched inside. Play is being made on that right side, and that is Julian Thomas. She was nowhere to be found.
Well, Andrew Price just said that while you were speaking. He said to her, "You're not marking at the back post," but I know you might see that for what a finish it was from Jarvis.
Oh, it was an excellent finish, and the truth is that this Barbados team, they've been working for that, and they've found a way to exploit the Jamaican backline. Some adjustments need to be made, not just technically, but mentally as well.
Here now is Davian Smith for Jamaica. She calls for Clark. She finds a lovely pass to Bailey. Here is Bailey. She brings it down. Bailey. She has called herself 2 defenders. Bailey. Jodian Thomas makes the overlapping run. Here is Thomas. As one to beat. She tries to put the ball through the legs of the defender. It's booted away by Barbados. Into touches a corner kick for Jamaica.
And so that is exactly the trade-off that Andrew Price is looking for. So while Jodian Thomas is not the greatest of defenders, she's going to offer you something in attack. And so she really needs to bring that now, because Jamaica is 1 goal down. And Jamaica is that with a corner kick. Neil?
It is a corner kick in minute number 30. 15 minutes left to be played in this, the first half. And to be honest with you, Richard, I'm not seeing a goal coming for Jamaica the way they're playing.
Not sure we like the tactic and the approach. Needs to be a little bit more organized and coordinated. But let's see what happens for the rest of this half.
They're currently playing with 10 players as the number 2, Kevina Reed, she been off the field for the past about a minute or so. And in football, a minute is a lot of time.
It certainly is, and Barbados may see this as an opportunity to take advantage of.
Here is Bailey. She tries to find a pass to Palachi. Goes to the goalkeeper. Here's Barbados on possession. Ball played up, looking for Brianna Cyrus. Cyrus will try to bring it down. She does. Puts the ball back. She has Jarvis on the run. Here is Jarvis, the goal scorer. She cuts and turns and starts. Still Jarvis. Plays the ball now to the number 18, Giselle Fields. Back to Stevenson. Tackled there by Barbados. Still under control is Barbados. Ball played back now to Clark. Clark gives away possession to Palachi. Palachi tries to play the ball to Bailey. Intercepted and given away to Jamaica. Here is a pass now, looking for Clark. That's actually Bailey, the number 11, Chantel Bailey. She tries to work some magic, and then ball given away again, Richard.
One of the difficulties, and I'll let you finish this play up before we talk about it.
Ball played now, looking for Kevina Reed. Goes to Rhea Holder.
The difficulty I'm having with the Jamaica team is that they're trying to use brute force and physicality to get by the Barbados defenders. And the Barbados defenders are exactly that. They're very physical. They're up for those one-on-one matchups. It's going to take being tactical, being technical, pulling people out of position, making runs, as we saw when Barbados played Cuba, to beat the Barbados defenders, because the Cuban attacking players didn't allow any physicality to come into the game because they were so quick and smart and technically savvy. we have to get into those positions to be able to exploit this Barbados backline, or else it's not going to happen.
There is a player down for Barbados, but down was Nashandi Clark. She's up now. She plays for Eden Stars over there in Barbados. So it's a drop ball by the referee. It's into the grasp of Rhea Holden now. She'll carry the ball to the edge of the 18-yard area. Holder. Here's her drop kick now. Not making the best of kicks since the start of the game, Holder.
No, the Barbados players will be a little bit disappointed with that after regaining possession. But let's see if Jamaica can take advantage of this.
Everyone on the bench of the Jamaica team has had their own spell of getting warm. A lovely pass inside by Bailey. Goes to find the number 2, Kavina Reed. Holder advances as Reed just slots the ball between the legs of Holder. 1-all the score in minute number 34.
And of course, Jamaica will be happy to get that goal back. Certainly would want to go into the halftime being 1 down. And so, well done. That's a Jamaican player in that right, I think, midfield position. Just found herself in a...
She was on the left. She came off injured, and in the middle of the play, she was able to go across back to the left. So she stayed on the right, and no one from Barbados.
So the Jamaican
found good fortune doing that. And well done, Jamaica. I think we now have a game on our hands.
Reed, the goal scorer. So Kavina Reed, number 2, scoring there for Jamaica, pulling them level at 1-1. Unofficially in the 34th minute.
Jamaica on the move. Plays the ball inside to Clark. Here is Clark. She looks up, sees the goal. We should take the shot. She takes a shot, but very weak indeed is Clark. Plays the ball back to Duhaney. She now plays it to Robinson. Robinson comes across now to find Palachi. Here's Palachi. A ball now played to the goal scorer Kavina Reed. Here is Reed. Drives towards the goal line. Plays the ball across to Clark. She controls. Here is Clark. Looks up, sees the goal. Takes a shot. In the back of the net. The number 11, Chantel Bailey, who has slid so many times inside the 18-yard area, controls it, looks up, sees the advancing Rhea Holder and slots the ball towards the far post. But you have to give your hat off to Kavina Reed. A lovely ball driven across the 18-yard area, Richard.
And I wish our viewers on TV could hear Andrew Price, because he's saying exactly what just took place. Move the ball around. And that ball was moved from the left flank to the right flank, and back across the goal. And that's how this Jamaican team has to play to be able to pull this Barbados team apart. And that was almost textbook football. Excellent stuff from Jamaica.
I did say that Amber De Silva looks to be more beauty queen. She's off in the early. She has gone for an early shower. She comes off, and on comes number 8, Marissa King. Marissa King was a very physical player that Barbados would have used against Cuba, Richard. She wears the number 8 here. She's on the left-hand side. Here is Toppin Hibbert. She tries to play it out. The ball comes down, but it goes into touches. A throw-in for Barbados.
And Jamaica playing, I think, with a lot more confidence. But need to stay focused and concentrate and keep possession.
Here is Jordan Thomas. She boosts the ball up. Miscontrol there by Marissa King, so it's a throw-in for Barbados again. So taken for Marissa King. It goes now to Jarvis, but Jordan Thomas is there. She'll try to shield it out over Jarvis. Jordan Thomas does just that. More with the touch, a goal kick.
I think she did the right thing. Smart play. She did have Davia Smith inside. Opted not to pass that ball back to her, but certainly did the right thing and earned us a goal kick.
Jamaica on possession again. To Clark. Clark plays the ball back to Blair. There is Blair to Davia Smith. Smith goes outside to Gabriel Gale. There is Gale on the possession. Lovely crowd being built here at the Captain Horace Burrell Center, Richard.
Yeah, certainly. Again, it's Jamaica senior national women's team. You would expect that to happen.
Here is Toppin Hibbert for Barbados on possession, gets by her defender. Still Toppin Hibbert. Let's play the ball inside to Rihanna Cyrus. Here is Cyrus, plays it back down to Jarvis. Here's Jarvis, needs to take a shot. Ball is a knee of Sean Robinson, and goalkeeper Christian Chambers claims it quite easily.
And we want to know well that tackle was made by Jodian Thomas, who has now gotten into that role of pinching in and making sure that any squares that come across the goal, they're blocked.
On the Kevina Reed. Is she able now to go inside and tackle, because he has Kevina Reed on her flank, and Kevina Reed looks to be very attacking minded.
Yeah, certainly. And you would hope that that would be the team tactic. That would be the plan. But I still think that coming out of defense, we're allowing this Barbados team too much time on the ball. Need to put some pressure really on the fullbacks and not allow them to bring the ball up to their midfielders.
Ball played inside by Barbados. Now to Marissa King. Here is King. She controls, tries to get by her defender. She does. Still Marissa King. She has Jarvis on the outside. Here's a pass to Jarvis. Not sure Jarvis will reach that one. Jodian Thomas. She controls, plays the ball back now to Davia Smith. She goes inside to Gabriel Gale. Here is Gale. Goes all the way across to Shauna Robinson. Ball played back to Robinson. Now to Davia Smith.
And so, Neil, this is exactly what happens when you have a lead.
Here's Topping Hibbert. Hibbert back. Lovely pass back to Jarvis. Here is Jarvis. Jarvis has one to beat. Still Jarvis. She has Marissa King coming. She plays a pass to King. Not sure what King was trying with the outside of the right boot, but it's won back by Jamaica. And here now is the goal scorer, number 11, Chantel Bailey. Bailey on the move. Here is Clark. Clark cuts and turns. Lovely pass by Clark outside now to find Latoya Dehaney. Here is Dehaney. She'll drive towards goal. She has Bailey waiting for the possession. Lovely pass over the top. All cleared by number 3, Chanel Stephen of Barbados, with Marissa King now. King just boots the ball up, hoping for the best. And Chambers, the ball bounces almost embarrassing Chambers, but she's able to
Recover.
Position, Richard.
Certainly. And I was just about to say that Jamaica needs to now, after going 2-1 up, take control of the pace of the game, keep possession of the ball, because Barbados now, they have to chase the game.
Here's Chantel Bailey. Lovely pass by Chantel Bailey on the outside, looking for Dehaney. Can Dehaney reach that one? Yes, she does. Just before it goes over the goal line, plays the ball back now to Clark. Here is Clark, controls, has one to beat. She has a captain in Stevenson to beat. That would be a hard task for her. Stevenson does get a piece of the ball. Ball goes into touch. It's a throw-in for Jamaica.
Just trying to be a little bit crafty. I'm not sure if she actually saw any supporting players coming up, but I'd probably made her mind up that she was going to try this one on her own. Young player.
Here is Palachi. Swings the ball inside, intercepted by Marissa King of Barbados. Here is King. King to Topping Hibbert. Hibbert tries to get the ball through the legs of Jodian Thomas. Thomas wins possession and plays it now to... It's now to Dehaney on the far left-hand side. Given away again by Jamaica. Here is Topping Hibbert. Now to the likes of Giselle Fields of Barbados. She's looking for Jarvis. Christian Chambers controls it. Plays the ball now to Olivia Smith. Smith to Jodian Thomas. Andrew Price coaching every pass, Richard.
And might be a little bit necessary, given that this is a new team for him. Would not quite understand his style, but from what we're seeing now, been doing a lot better in terms of possessing the ball. Barbados seem to be happy to sit back and wait for Jamaica to come over the half line. We just noticed, Neo, that Davia Smith did something that she hasn't done since the start of the match. Is just to say to the right fullback, giving her some instructions about coming back and being defensive minded. And I think that's going to be key for this game, that the centre backs talk to the fullbacks, helping them to get back into position.
Enterprise beckoning early passes, Richard. Early passes.
And
here is Jodian Thomas. She goes inside to Blair. Blair into the center circle and finds Palachi. Palachi goes across now to Kishawn Robinson. Here's Robinson under control. Is Robinson plays the ball now to Chantel Bailey, the goal scorer Bailey. She tries to find a nice little cheeky through pass to Dehaney. Ball goes into touch. It's a throw-in for Jamaica.
Bailey, for me, coming too far down the pitch for my liking. If she's playing in that centre forward position, I'd rather have my top midfielder come for that pass and be able to look for a through pass somewhere in there.
Ball played over by Jamaica, looking for the goal scorer in Kevina Reid off the head of Marissa King into touch. It's a throw-in for Jamaica just around the halfway area. We're into minute number 43 of this, the first half of the CFU Women's Challenge Series here at the Captain Horace Burrell Center. Game number 2, the first game saw Cuba demolishing Barbados 7-0 in the first matchup. The final matchup will be on Sunday at the Jerusalem Mini Stadium. That's there in Waterhouse when Jamaica take on Cuba. That one might just be a cracker, Richard.
Should be a good match and will be a great experience, I know, for our young ladies. We saw the quality of that Cuban national women's team. We know what to expect, and it will be good for them to face that sort of opposition, and in particular that sort of formidable attack, because the attack for Cuba is quite potent from defensive midfield onward.
Well, I know both coaches are slowly waiting on the half-time whistle. We're into minute number 44. 2-1 Jamaica lead. Here now is Chantel Bailey for Jamaica, looking to play a pass to Clark, intercepted by Stevenson. Stevenson has Topping Hibbert on the right hand side. Jody and Thomas gets a boot onto it. Davia Smith, she comes across, does the dirty work as a sweeper, finds no Reed to Jody and Thomas, back to Reed. Reed tries to play the ball back into Jody and Thomas off the body of Marissa King. Throw in for Jamaica. Throw is taken. Comes now to Clark, the number 14 in Cherise Clark. Here is Clark. Still Clark with possession, tries to get by the second defender. She goes to ground after a tackle by Nashandi. Clark is Clark versus Clark, and free kick goes in the favor of Jamaica's Clark.
And again, one of my favorite players on the pitch, young Clark. I'm sure at halftime you'll find out who she actually plays for, and I think there's a lot of potential there, given that she's a young player, and this is good experience for her to be in a game of this magnitude.
We're into minute number 45, and we'll have 1 minute of additional time to be added on to this, the first half.
Little disappointed with that free kick. It was in a good position. The ball needed to be a nice flighted ball over. Beginning to wonder why it isn't that a player like Davia Smith isn't asked to go up in the box. She heads the ball very well as a Jamaican centre back, and have a square in to see what she can do.
Jordan Thomas intercepts the ball from Topping Hibbert. She crashes her into that area. Ball booted away by Barbados. Comes down to Stevenson. Here now is Crystal Bailey. Bailey gives a pass, but then it's intercepted by Barbados. And they're on the movement again. Barbados to Rihanna Cyrus. Cyrus to Stevenson. Stevenson, one-time pass looking for Topping Hibbert. Here for Jamaica is Gabriel Gale. She plays the ball back to Kristen Chambers. Chambers tries to play the ball back to Gabriel Gale.
Court official indicates 1 minute minimum at the time to be played. 1 minute.
I think she was just trying to play it safe. But again, you saw the number 5 for Jamaica, the right fullback, go upfield and was not able to get back. What we didn't see, Neil, was the right attacking player on this side, number 2, coming back and filling in for her until the fullback got back. That needed to happen, and that's something I think that Andrew Price needs to talk to the players about, how to interchange if your player is not, your teammate is not back in position.
During the halftime break. Thank you.
Here now is Jamaica through Clark. Clark plays the ball up and over, looking for Dehaney. Intercepted by Barbados, as Coach Andrew Price is telling the team to make simpler passes, Richard.
Yeah, and just play what you see, what's in front of you.
Here's Barbados. Ball played to Marissa King, but Marissa King was a bit too busy arguing with the number 18 Giselle Fields.
So that's the halftime whistle.
Cecile Hines. After 45 minutes, Richard, Jamaica, they've come from behind. They lead now 2-1. Your thoughts on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I would give the honors to Jamaica, not just because they have come from behind, which is a good sign for this team. I know that they haven't played for a long time together, but for them to go down and then come back to take the lead shows good character. Let's hope that they can finish up just as well. Barbados team, I think, enjoying the game a little bit more. We're getting to see the ability of some of their players because they're being allowed a little bit more time on the ball. But let's see how Jamaica comes out in this next half and put together a good second half. I think defensively there are some issues, but Andrew Price will probably slowly deal with those things. Again, this team hasn't played together for a long time, so let's see what happens.
So the 45 minutes, Jamaica, they lead 2-1. Jonas
back in about 10 minutes time for second half action.
Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Drewsland. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Drewsland. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Drewsland. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Drewsland. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Drewsland. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Drewsland. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Drewsland. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Drewsland. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Drewsland. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI-JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Jerusalem. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI-JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Jerusalem. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI-JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Jerusalem. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI-JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Jerusalem. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI-JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Jerusalem. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI-JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Jerusalem. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI-JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Jerusalem. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI-JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Jerusalem. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI-JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Jerusalem. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Jerusalem. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Jerusalem. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Jerusalem. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there. Come support the Reggae Girls. Search for supremacy in Group B of the CFU Women's Challenge Series 2018 when they take on Barbados on April 20 at the UWI JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence and Cuba on April 22 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, Jerusalem. Let's hear it for the girls. Games start at 3:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Admission free. For more information, visit our JFF Live social media pages at JFF_football. See you there.
Caribbean Football Union and the Twitter page at CFU Official. So once again, it's match number 2. Right here at the UWI JFF Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence. Jamaica 2, Barbados 1. Second half action about to start.
turn on my mic.
So, good afternoon and welcome back to the second half of this 2018 CFU Women's Challenge Series between Jamaica and Barbados. I'm Neo Oxford, alongside me is Richard Henry on the Ready TV's coverage of this lovely event here in Kingston, Jamaica. We finished 45 minutes for Jamaica. They went in at the halftime interval leading 2-1 against this Barbados team. Richard, what does Andrew Price have to do to ensure that Jamaica leaves here this afternoon with the 3 points?
Well, certainly there were some issues defensively in terms of the fullbacks playing a little bit too attacking. That can be nullified if the central midfielders have a word with them and just look at their positioning. And also keeping possession of the ball. Jamaica did very well in the latter part of the second half, and so they would need to continue to do that and play the full width of the pitch. Let's see what will happen for Barbados. They seem to be now comfortable just being in their own half, waiting for the Jamaican team to transition and come over, but certainly they want to do a little bit better too in terms of their attacking tactics.
Here is Davia Smith for Jamaica, who's small up, looking for Kevina Reid. The ball goes into touch. It's a throw-in on the far-hand side for Barbados. Barbados now kicking towards Papine, as Jamaica they're kicking towards the Usain Bolt track. If you're not sure where that is, it's in the direction of the Uemona Bowl. If you're not sure where that is, the Uemona Gymnasium.
Or heading towards Augusta. I'm sure they'll get it now.
Here now is Jamaica, ball intercepting. It's with Chanel Stephen of Barbados. Ball played across to Genevieve Miller in the number 15. It's back with Barbados now. It's Chopin Hibber. Here she is, plays the ball inside, looking for Jarvis. Intercepted by Palachi of Jamaica. Here's Palachi. One-time pass over the top, looking for Kevina Reid. Here is Reid on the far-hand side. Has one to beat Kevina Reid. She cuts inside. She's trapped by the number 13, Shona Evelyn. The flag still stays down. Ball not just out it. The flag goes up now. It's a corner kick.
I think that Reid from Jamaica is very lucky to get something out of that. Not sure why she went right down. She had some support from the Jamaica number 10 who came at a good angle for her to just make a pass back to her, but that didn't happen. Nonetheless, it's a corner kick for Jamaica.
Corner kick for Jamaica. Not sure as yet who will be taken. It seems to be the number 2, Kevina Reid. Referee not pleased with something. Into minute number 4 we are of this the second half. Here is now Reid. Corner kick taken, swung inside. Not the best off corner kick, but somehow it finds it up the Palachi. Goalkeeper Rhea Holder glued to the ground, and the ball goes right over the individual standing at the near post. Seems to be the number 6. It was Rashid Clark. 3-1 Jamaica.
Yeah, certainly. Not just the goalkeeper being glued, Neil. I think the players from Barbados were also glued because no one actually moved when that ball came over, and wasn't the best of corners because the ball didn't even get to the front post. But the Jamaican attacking player was quick to it and had a simple tot into the goal.
From number 10, Roshana Palachi. So that's Roshana Palachi, number 10, scoring unofficially in the 49th minute, putting Jamaica up by 3-1.
For Barbados, and Geneva Miller steps up to take it at number 15.
So now it would be about game management for Jamaica. They're in control.
Service taken, comes to Stevens, goes inside. Goalkeeper Christian Chambers comes a bit slow off the line, and the big number 10 Rihanna Cyrus is there to put the ball in the back of the net as Andrew Price shows his disgust to the man they call Spider. The goalkeeper coach Richard not pleased with Christian Chambers' movements at all after that.
Well, I just said that it's about game management, and as soon as I said that, Barbados was gifted a goal, and for my liking that was much too simple. just basic football. Yes, the Jamaican goalkeeper should have come and gotten that ball, but I still want to ask, where are the defenders? Nobody was able to make a clearance. So Barbados back in the game.
Unofficially in the 50th minute.
To the Haney at the far post, comes down to Chantal Bailey, actually hit the top of the crossbar. The flag is up though, goal kick, Richard.
Yeah, it would be deemed as a goal kick, but you'd have to say good response immediately from Jamaica. Nonetheless, I am very wary of teams that score and then give up a goal really quick. That would be a concern for me, because we go from being 3-1 and in real control to just marginally. And that will probably just spur and motivate the ladies from Barbados. Let's see really how Jamaica responds.
Goal kick to be taken. It's booted up by Stevens, taken from Marissa King. It's headed up by Shauna Robinson. Comes down now for Topton Hibbert. Topton Hibbert, she dribbles through two players, plays the ball to Marissa King. She's tackled now. Ball goes into touch. It's a trailing for Jamaica. So it's taken, comes down to Clark. Here is Clark. Through pass now to number 20. Yes, she is offside indeed as the flag goes up.
Just a little bit too quick into that area, or was that ball held up a little bit too long? I think that Clark, number 14 for Jamaica, just took 2 touches off the ball, but could have may have made that pass one time.
Some of these girls built like machines.
Certainly, which is good for the game. Use that physicality against the other ladies. We know that the Cuban team has some ladies with good physical structure. It's going to be, I think, a really good game with Jamaica, but Jamaica really has to come out of this one with a win for the game to be even more interesting.
Here's Jamaica on the move again. Ball intercepted by Barbados. Coming back to Pelachi of Jamaica, though. She comes across to find Deshaun Robinson. Robinson finds a pass now to Dehaney. Here's Dehaney. She gets by King. See Dehaney. Dehaney looks to get the ball to the right. Dehaney goes to down. Whistle on the play. Free kick for Jamaica.
Impressive run. Let's hope that the young lady from Jamaica is okay. She gets up. Well, part of the game. Defenders are not just going to allow you to run past them. And so, good foul to draw. Let's see how Jamaica sets up inside the 18-yard box. I don't think we have enough players in to be able to be impactful, but let's see what happens if this one near goes straight to goal.
No wall erected by the goalkeeper. Ball swung inside. Rhea Holder comes to it, tries to get a hand onto it. She does get something onto it, cleared off the line by Lenny Cyrus. Well, Rhea Holder gets her gloves eventually on the possession, Richard.
A lot of bundling, but should have been held first time, I think, by the goalkeeper for Barbados. That didn't happen, but nonetheless, she's safe.
Ball played up, comes down to Jarvis. She tries to bring it down. It's taken away by Jamaica. They have possession now. Here is Jodian Thomas. Thomas comes inside to Palachi, the goal scorer. Here is Palachi. Lovely pass, looking for the ever-advancing Kevin Reed. Intercepted by Barbados, goes into touches of throwing. Here in minute 9, Jamaica, they lead 3-2.
And despite giving up a goal after scoring one, I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Jamaica team in terms of their positional play and their attacking tactics. A little bit different. The fullbacks are now opening up Neo and giving and showing for the central defenders when they pick the ball up, and that will open up the width of the field and force Barbados to have to do a lot more defensive wise, and hopefully Jamaica can continue to do this consistently. It'll pay dividends.
Here now is Jamaica again to Chantal Bailey, number 11. She goes inside and finds Blair. Back to Bailey. Bailey has one to lead. Tries to get the ball through and around Genevieve Miller. It comes down to Clark and then it's cleared by Barbados. Here now is Jarvis. Just inside the center circle is Jarvis, the big number 11 for Barbados. She goes on the move wearing shocking neon green and orange footwear, so you know she's a standout player. Here is Jarvis. Jarvis tries to work the ball through the legs of Gabrielle Gale. Gale goes to ground. It's still Jarvis on possession. Hard tackle there by Jodian Thomas. Jodian Thomas meaning business, Richard.
She had to come in and cover for her centre back who went to ground. The Jamaican centre back thinking that she was fouled. From where I sat, I think she stepped on the ball and tripped. And the referee, I think, was in some agreement with that because there was no, well, there's a foul now blown. And I think that was for Julian Thomas's tackle after that incident. So Barbados, I think, with a free kick in a good position.
Stevenson behind it, swings the ball inside with the right boot. Chris and Gordon stays on the line yet again. It comes down to Clark now. As we found out, Clark played for Wilma's High School for Girls. She played in the ongoing schoolgirls season this year. Wilma's not having the best of seasons, though, failing to advance from their first round group. Ball played now to Kalachi. Here's Kalachi looking to play the ball back to Clark. Here is Clark, brings it down with the chest. Still Clark, give her a through pass now. It's Clark. A lovely pass now to find Reed. Here's Reed. Here's the ball back. Look at the chance of Bailey. Comes to the Haley. Here's the Haley. Here's the ball back to Bailey. Bailey controls. Wheels it now on the left foot. Takes a shot and Rhea Holder holds on to that one. Rhea Holder, Richard, cousins of Jason Holder back in Barbados.
A little bit disappointed with that attack. The build-up, I think, from Jamaica was pretty good. Wonderful pass from Clark. However, the finish from Bailey, not as clinical as it needed to be. Hold her composure and choose a post.
Not sure why Reed would not have taken the shot from where she was, Richard.
I'm not sure if she was seeing as much of the goal as she needed to. But coming out of that should have been a lot more than just easy save for the goalkeeper. Should have been a lot more work.
Really stopping her. She tries to get past Sean Robinson. The ball goes into touch. It's a throw-in for Barbados. The game much more lively in the second half, Richard.
Yeah, I think both teams believe that they have a chance to win. Barbados, despite going down 3-1, got an easy second goal, and so they think they're in with a shot and they're fighting.
Here is Cyrus. Cyrus for Barbados looks to cut inside to Jarvis. Jarvis tried to bring it down. She had a hard hit from behind by Sean Robinson. Jarvis stays down as the play continues by Jamaica. Well, the referee Hines, she stops the game now as Jarvis seems to be hurt.
Well, if we can't say anything else about the Jamaican centre-backs, I can tell you one thing. They tackle very hard. And that player down for Barbados is as a result of the tackles from Gabrielle Gale, who seems to relish those challenges. Barbados, the player from Barbados did not see her coming on, but a good, fairly good read of the game. The number 6 Gale from Jamaica was able to come across and make that clean tackle. There was no foul, and I'm sure that the player from Barbados will be looking around next time the ball is played inside that 18-yard box, see where the Jamaican defenders are.
Well, there's a change for Barbados. Nashadi Clark, number 6, she gives way to the number 2, Chanel Alice. This tournament not used for any points or rankings. It's actually a warm-up tournament for the upcoming qualifiers that take place in Haiti, Richard, later on in the year.
Interesting. For whatever it's worth, though, it's good for women's football and good for the ladies to have this sort of experience and be able to play to an audience, because that's important in their development.
Nice crowd again here at the Catherine Horace World Center. Seems like a lovely Sunday afternoon game that you'll come on and watch, Richard, even though it's just Friday.
Thank you for clearing that up. It is Friday. And there will be a lovely game on Sunday. So that'll be the lovely Sunday afternoon.
Here now is Barbados. On possession is Fields. Here is Fields. There's a wrist on the play. Tackled by Chantel Bailey was Fields. That is a free kick just inside the center circle for Barbados.
Good for Bailey to have that sort of hustle. Though it was a foul, it's good to see her giving chase and pressure on the Barbados midfielders, not to have them just waltzing around the field freely. That'll cause problems for Jamaica.
15 minutes into the second half, 3-2 the score. Jamaica, they lead. Ball played up by Stevens. Chrisanne Chambers, she calls for it, runs into her own defender. She was calling keeper for quite some time, Richard, but she's a bit slow off the line.
I'm not sure that the defender actually saw where the goalkeeper was positioned to get out of the way. Nonetheless, both come out unscathed, and we're happy about that.
Ball played up by Jamaica, finds Reed. She tries to bring it down. It comes to Stevenson off Barbados. Stevenson under control. She's tackled by 2. Finds a pass to Marissa King. Here is King. She sees Topping Hibbert on the move. Davia Smith for Jamaica gets ahead to it. Here now is Duhaney. No, that one goes to Miller instead. Now to Marissa King. She's tackled by Sean Robinson. This on the play free kick for Barbados.
Jamaica been maybe under a little bit of pressure, but I think defensively they play well together and seem to be well organized.
There is a change for Jamaica.
First substitution for Jamaica. Out comes number 10.
Comes number 10.
Roshana Palachi.
Shana Palachi. And on comes number 18.
She'll be
Natasha
replaced by
Douglas.
number 18, Natasha Douglas. So that Natasha Douglas, number 18, in for number 10, Palachi. Substitution, 61st minute.
At 27 years old?
Yeah, well, she even went to college and played. She was scholarship there and went there, finished her degree, and is back here in Jamaica now playing for Los Perfectas.
And hopefully we'll have quite a bit to pass on to the younger players, especially a young player like Clark. And that augurs well. I'm sure that's, apart from her abilities, Neil, one of the reasons why she would be in a team like this, to be able to offer some guidance from her experiences.
Here now is Toplin Hibbert. Has possession, is surrounded by 4 Jamaicans. She tries to dribble her way through. Then comes in the tackle of Keyshawn Robinson. Gets a boot to it, goes into touch. It's a throw-in for Barbados as Jamaica leads 3-2.
I like Herbert. Fearless, ambitious. If given the room, she'll beat you. And Jamaican team, I think, has figured that out, and so she's now getting double and triple teamed.
Here is Fields for Barbados. Finds now Rihanna Cyrus. Cyrus tries to bring it down. She's tackled by Reed. Reed wins possession, plays it out, and gives away possession though. It's with Barbados to Fields. Here is Fields, tries to play the ball through, looking for Herbert. It's now with Natasha Douglas. Douglas to Clark. Here is Clark. She has Duhaney on the outside. Clark over dribbles just a bit. It's won by Barbados and goes now to Davian Smith. Davian Smith, a very aggressive centre back around there.
I think both our centre backs are very aggressive and excellent on the tackle.
Here is Natasha Douglas for Jamaica. Still Douglas plays the ball inside to Reed. Reed, still Reed on possession. Tries to play the ball through to Chantel Bailey. They appeal for handball, the Jamaicans. Nothing given by the referee though. Into touch, a throw in for Jamaica.
And Bailey has to be careful now, because I think had that ball been played through, she would have been offsides. She's not timing that run the way that she ought to. She needs to believe in her speed, and she doesn't have to get a jump start. She just needs to know where the ball is going to be played.
Throw is taken for Jamaica. Comes now to Evelyn. She boots the ball up. Here is Davia Smith. Davia Smith goes home to Gabriel Gale. Gale comes outside to Robinson. Here's Robinson looking for a pass. I think she was going to Chantel Bailey instead of having Duhaney on the flank, Richard.
And see, those are the difficulties. I'll let you finish this play now.
Here now is Marissa King. King, she's tackled by Keyshawn Robinson. I'm not sure how the foul goes in the direction of Barbados, because I saw King tugging on the jersey of Robinson. Instead, referee Hines looked at it differently. Free kick for Barbados.
Jamaica team, young team, playing together. But there are a couple of those core principles that they need to understand, and you can see that they haven't been playing together long enough. The number 6 for Jamaica, the left fullback, came into, well, not number 6, I think it's number 8, fullback, came into position. The ball is to be played to the outside winger. Instead, she's looking for that final pass inside, and team tactics would tell you just exactly how we're going to be playing, and that ball is not a final pass ball, it's a ball that's to be played wide.
Here now is Miller. Miller for Barbados picks the ball up. Miller plays for UAFC, Richard, so she's actually based here in Jamaica. The number 15 for Barbados, Geneva Miller.
It would seem as if it's a UAFC invitational for this Barbados team, but been impressed, really impressed, especially with the number 15 for Barbados.
There's Alice, picks the ball up, into touch again though, throw in for Jamaica again. So it's taken. Ball played back to Robinson. Robinson gives away possession. Here's Marissa King for Barbados. A through pass now played to Toppin Herbert. Here is Toppin Herbert on possession. She has one to beat, and Davia Smith plays the ball across. Susan Chambers comes for it at the edge of the 18-yard area.
Again, Barbados on the go looking for that equalizing goal. And Jamaica giving up possession much too easily. You can hear Coach Andrew Price not happy about the passing right now because they're giving the ball up, Jamaica, much too easily.
Here is Natasha Douglas. A lovely pass by her to find Chantel Bailey. Bailey allowed that one to pass, but here comes now Bailey for Jamaica. Bailey stays down. I know she is injured. Here is now Chantel Bailey. Plays the ball back to Natasha Douglas. She has to check the run a bit. A weak pass by Bailey, Richard.
Yes, certainly. Again, the passing for Jamaica has not been the best, and especially in key areas of the field. Jamaica on the attack needed just to make the right pass there for the attack to be fruitful.
Here is Duhaney for Jamaica. Plays the ball now to Natasha Douglas. Douglas inside the center circle. Looks up, sees a pass outside to Julian Thomas. Here is Thomas. Not seeing a lot of Julian Thomas since the second half, Richard.
No, certainly she's staying home more. Coach Andrew Price may have had words with her.
Here now, Chantel Bailey. Bailey back to Davia Smith. Smith goes outside to Julia Thomas. And a whistle on the player, but the Bayesian player is down. So they'll seek some medical assistance. Minute number 22 of this, the second half, as Jamaica lead this matchup in the 2018 CFU Women's Challenger Series here on Ready TV's coverage. 3 goes to 2.
Just marginally. Nonetheless, it's a lead that will force the Barbados team to have to chase this game. Jamaica can use that to their advantage if they play safe and if the passing improves. We could hear Coach Andrew Price being just a little bit upset about giving up the ball in some key areas of the field, just with some inaccurate passes, and I think it's a lack of concentration and vision, just seeing exactly where your teammate is and staying with the play. Nonetheless, let's see. We have to give credit to the team though, Neo, because they're not in age, but in playing time together, a young bunch. And so they wouldn't all know how they run, who's going to check their run, who's going to be in what position. But I think over time, they certainly will need to know that for Sunday when they play against Cuba, because that's going to be a difficult game. I can assure you that the Jamaican wingbacks, fullbacks, will have to stay home because the Cuban attacking players are extremely penetrative and very decisive in their movements.
I've seen Jamaica men using this number 11, Chantel Bailey, and I just heard Andrew Price call her by her name that the whole Jamaica knows. She goes by the name of Tanto.
Right.
So back in the day, she was a killer centre forward in the schoolgirl league, and the